Hey guys and girls, welcome to the warm-up of your prime body workout. Okay, it's called a MAP, which stands for Mobilization Activation Protocol. We mobilize stiff joints and we activate some of the muscles which tend to get a little bit lazy. It's going to help your overall workout. Okay, you should feel you activate certain muscle groups better. Don't worry if this MAP takes a little bit longer on the first few goes. It will get quicker the more you do it, leaving more time for your full workout. Leave your headphones in because there's audio descriptions.
We start each MAP with foam rolling. If you don't have access to a foam roller, just skip this part of the video, but they are tremendously helpful. Start by wrapping your arms right around your torso. This will open up the vertebra in your mid-back and feel quite nice. Once you've done that, you can move to the lower back. Just make sure you have your elbow on the other side of the roller, as I'm doing here, supporting your lumbar spine. You'll feel the flanks of that lower back will be quite tight. We then move into the glute area. You'll notice I'm moving quite fast through these movements. I want you to spend a lot longer on the areas that are more painful. I'm just showing you this method or this flow so that you have a good system to use. But this should ideally take at least 3 to 5 minutes to do the full body. So now I'm working on the ITB, a frequently tight area on the thigh. Okay, try and get the whole length of that done. I'm then moving forward to hit more of the quadricep, the front of the thigh, and then going on to the hamstring at the back of the thigh. Next, we move into sun salutations, one of my favorite moves borrowed from yoga. As you lift your hand up towards the ceiling, you'll feel the stretch at the back of the hip of the front leg. Okay, as you duck inside the knee, you'll feel the groin of that front leg. The legs should be spread as far apart as you can, but have the front lower leg vertical. Okay, after this I move into some hamstring mobilization, so back of the thigh. It's important with these that you keep your torso down, okay? If you can't fully straighten your leg in that hamstring position, it doesn't matter as long as you feel a deep stretch with each movement backwards and forwards. So 5 sun salutations up to the ceiling and dropping inside the knee, followed then by 5 hamstring mobility pulls on each side. Then we move into a nice deep squat. Okay, if you are unable to hold a deep squat, maybe you feel like you're going to topple backwards, feel free to hold on to something in front of you. It's important that the feet stay flat and you then work on pushing the knees out with the elbows and getting the chest up. Aim to hold this deep squat for about 45 seconds to a minute before moving on to the next exercise, which is your single leg glute bridge. Okay, wedge a foam roller up against a wall, or you can use a step or something else that's just slightly higher than what you're lying on. Work on 12 repetitions on each side, and we're going to do 2 sets on each side. It's key here that you're close in towards the roller or the step, otherwise you'll feel it more in your hamstring and not your glute. Another reason you may not feel the glute work is if you're not translating your foot towards your head. Okay, don't just lift the leg straight up to the ceiling. Try and lift it towards the ceiling, but also up towards in the direction of your head. You should feel your glute fire a lot more. So once more, you're going to do 2 sets on each side and 12 repetitions each. The next glute activation exercise are side lying leg lifts. Okay, support your body by your bottom knee, but keeping that bottom thigh in line with your torso. Okay, it works the bottom and the top glute at the same time. Aim with your top leg, point your toes towards the floor, okay, and make sure your belly button is firmly drawn in and your tailbone is tucked under, okay, that's where you're going to feel activation of the right muscles. I want you to do 2 sets of this exercise as well, and you're going to do 10 repetitions on each side, back to back. Support your body weight by your elbow directly under your lower shoulder, okay, don't have your elbow up in a direction of your head. The last core activation exercise is a hollow body hold. Grab behind your knees, tuck your tailbone under firmly, belly button drawn in, and secure your lower back to the floor. Then take your hands away from your knees, straighten the legs out in front of you, and lower the torso a little bit. You must not lower either your torso or your legs any further if you feel your lower back come away from the floor. So whatever your starting point is, that's fine, but the lower back must be the only thing in contact with the floor. Hold this position for 15 to 20 seconds, and then we're going to do some cross kicks in between these two sets. So your first set of hollow body holds followed by 10 kicks to alternate hands. If you can't reach your hand, that's fine. Just kick as high up as you can, letting the spine rotate each kick. And then we go to the second set of hollow body holds, 15 to 20 seconds. Tuck the tailbone under, belly button drawn in, and try and maintain your breathing regular as well. Next is the cat and cow stretch, or a scapular push-up. Push through the heels of your hand, pushing right up onto your shoulder blades as much as you can. Return to the beginning, sink into the shoulder blades, push up as firmly as you can, and then glide back towards the heels once more. Aim to do 10 of these. Next, perform some full shoulder rotations. You can use a resistance band or a gym towel. You should aim to keep your elbows straight throughout. Shrug your shoulders up and lift right back until your arms are behind you. If you need to bend your elbows, try get a lighter band or a longer towel. Perform 10 of these. Don't perform this next one if you have a history of unstable shoulder. You can aim just to hang from the bar, or you can perform a few scapular pull-ups as I'm demonstrating here. If body weight is too much for you, try using a lat pull down. Just aim for about 10. As you can see, the goal is to maximize as much movement in the shoulder blades as part of your warm-up. So to finish up, the last activation for the upper body is a W to Y raise. Bend over slightly so gravity is pulling those weights forward. Your goal is to keep the forearms out of your peripheral vision, so keeping them in line with your upper body. Aim to do 10 of these, have a rest, and then do another 10. Try very light weights, because this is harder than it looks.